So I just finished Friends with Benefits. I've watched it before, and it's awesome. I love this movie. It's just like I love JT, Justin Timberlake. He's awesome, and I love Mila Kunis, I think is her name. She has really big eyes and she's really skinny. And I really love this movie because it's really about family and becoming family with people. And that's something that I kind of pulled out this last time when I watched it. Kind of with the scope of like, okay, I'm looking at like how they even interact with other people, and you really realize like they don't have like a ton of interactions with other people. Like, um, Jamie, that's her name. I'm forgetting what that's a guy's. Oh, Dylan. Jamie and Dylan, they're like the couple, the romantic interest of each other, and it starts with them with Dylan moving to New York for a job at GQ, and she basically kind of like recruits him and like helps him get around and understand the beauty of New York, and it's just really fun, right? Like the energy right away, you're like, oh, like you can see how they're making this story, where it's like, oh yeah, like she's just like a awesome cool girl who like can do all these fun things and go around the city with this guy, and she's gonna show him everything, and there's a lot of like great banter in the dynamic, and it's fun, right? Like I feel like JT, he's kind of made for those kind of banter. It feels like it's really probably who his personality is, because he's really good at it. And so is she. She's a great um, um, opposite. So it's really fun, and you can tell right away, like the energy, like the chemistry. The chemistry is gonna be awesome because they're just going back and forth. It's very engaging. It's very like off, like cool. You know what I mean? To go back and forth and stuff like that. And yeah, so you already know what's about to happen, but like, and how they're gonna end up together. But like, it's just fun to watch how they like kind of like their little things about like, oh, what was I into, like what parts of you was I attracted to, and like am I able to like just like have sex with you, and I don't have to think about you as like this person I'm trying to fall in love with and like me in this like really romantic way. Instead it's like, oh, I just want to have sex with you, like, and it's not a big deal, we're just gonna play tennis, like that kind of thing. And so it's kind of fun, right? It's really fun. So um yeah, so I really enjoy that. But the other part that really I think that makes me think about family is that, her mom pops up, which I love that actress. I've seen her in different, she's a good mom, like a kind of quirky mom. I've seen her as a quirky mom in different spaces before. Oh, Easy A. And also Emma Stone. Is that her name? Emma Stone? She's also an Easy A, and she's also the mom in that. So, and she's kind of quirky, and like fun, and like not, she's just like, a cool mom. I actually like. I feel like I have two scenes in my mind where she's like doing the same kind of thing, where she's like, oh yeah, like your dad was whatever, like he was basically gay, and like, it's just like she's just like, whatever, I'm the cool mom, it's like no big deal. But in this story with Jamie, the character, she like, her mom is like kind of like, not really able to like kind of be emotionally or open with her about like her past. I mean, she's open, but like she doesn't know a lot of stories and like pieces to the puzzle, including her dad. So it's kind of, I think it's something that eats into her, because yeah, when our dads abandon us, or like they're never around, that's a big hole actually. And I think a lot of people don't recognize that until they're much older, and they're trying to have romantic relationships. So that's interesting that like her mom, like I literally, that was the part that I kind of like don't love about this movie. The one thing right now that I would say is that like is it's really all about this guy. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's like back and forth between them, but it's really about him and like his how he becomes like this guy who's like in New York and his work and like how cool he is as a guy or something like that. But it's kind of like interesting because she's really cool. Like she's the cool girl actually, and her jam and energy is like a good part of the dynamic. So anyway, so the part that I don't like is that she doesn't have like a girlfriend that she like other than her mom. Like, and so that like it's like okay, I guess that is like why she's damaged and shit like that. But so that's part of the story. But I wish she just had like a girlfriend who was like, oh yeah, like hey, like this is also a part of my dynamic is that like I have other friends, you know, but she doesn't. And I mean, yeah, she sees other people out because that's kind of her job is to like connect with other people. But like a friend, the only friend that really she has is like her mom. And so, and then, but on the other side, like, Dylan, the character, he has, I think his name is Harrison, the guy. He has blue eyes and he's like Woody Harrelson, I think that's his name. And so they like go on runs and they're like connected and I mean they work together, right? But like she is, you know, and so maybe that she does talk about how like New York can be lonely and stuff like that. So I kind of understand that, but also like I'm like, man, I wish she like cultivated like a good friend, you know, a girlfriend type of a thing. So anyway, but then the other reason why you know that this is really about him is because I go to his home and be with his family and learn a ton about him, you know, and like his mother and his, you know, his family, his sister, all these things. And then she's looking at his memories from when he was younger and stuff. So it's really like, you know, it's interesting because she has issues, right? Like her abandonment issues are very blaring, but also like, yeah, he has intimacy issues, but like, it seems like he's working through those, right? And so that's interesting. But I think it's a really sweet movie, and it's one of those things where it's like a perfect changer can open you up so quickly, right? You can't really like connect with someone who like you know so well sometimes because they're so familiar, but it's one of those things. It's like, oh, this is my first time seeing this flash mob and this is really amazing and this is I'm gonna be here. And also she takes him to his like her like place where she loves, and she's like, oh yeah, I've never been, you know, brought anyone here, you know, so those kinds of things. So those are really interesting and fun, and I love a nice comedy, and I love when, you know, we can talk about sexuality in a kind of open way, and it's not like, oh my goodness, like, you know, there's all this stuff around it, but it's like, oh, like we're just like talking about bodies and how we like to like be touched or you know kissed and all these different things. And yeah, so like yeah, like the one thing I do like is that she wants romance and she's very open about that. And it's hard, like I feel like as women these days, because we look around men and we're like, oh my goodness, these men can be so difficult to deal with. And we're like, you know, it can be hard to be like, oh yeah, I really want true love. I want like a soulmate. I want to feel really connected with somebody. And it's true. I think a lot of us, all of us, not just, you know, women, I think all of us want love, you know, in different ways. And we just want to feel connected and belonging with people. And so I kind of like appreciate that she was like able to like be vulnerable. You know, it feels like a very vulnerable thing to share and say. But then, you know, the guy that she was kind of, you know, being with, you know, after Dylan was obviously not her guy, you know? But, and it talked about a lot about like how, you know, at first we're just physical and now we're more emotional because we're not having sex. And I feel like that's an interesting thing, a way to kind of like, just try things out. It makes me, when I was watching this, I was thinking about this. Last thing I'll say, I'm sorry if this is a little convoluted, but like I remember the guy who I really had a lot of fun with was like, he was such a cool guy, like, and I still think he's cool. He's a comedian, and like I really like was very adamant, like, oh, like this is just like, we're just like being physical, like we're just having sex or whatever, and like it's no big deal. And but I knew that this guy, like, cause so I just appreciate like these conversations that they're having in the movie, like, oh, like you're not really, I know how girls are, like they really want love, they really want someone to be like their person and like get married and all this shit, like they're ticking, and I remember like saying to like this guy when I first saw him, this was years ago, and I was like, oh, like I just wanted to have sex, I just wanted to have a sexual encounter, and I was like, okay, let's go for it. And so we're doing that, but then like I was like, we did it a few times, and he was like, oh, I think we could be together, da 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 da. He was saying this thing, but I think he just was trying to see if that's what I wanted. But I truly, in my heart, was like, no. Like I was like, no, I don't want this. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be his friend. I wanted to be friendly. I didn't want to have to like, text him and like all this stuff. And I didn't want it to be like, we're going to pretend it's something that it's not, and I don't even want you to play any games. I don't want you to play like, oh yeah, we're definitely, no, we're not. Okay. Let's just do it. And, we don't have to pretend like all the other shit is going on. Like, I don't want to even deal with that. I don't want to feel the back and forth, all this, and you're trying to figure out, no, let's just have the sex that we want, and then it can be over. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? And so he was very comfortable. It was very comfortable to be with him, and it was funny, and it was cool to just talk with him and stuff. And we did that for a little while, and then it was over. Like I didn't have like a big thing around like, oh my goodness, like, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just like something I'm going to do for a while. And I like that. So, I appreciate that, but then of course, in the movie, they get together, and I think honestly at the end, they're basically saying, oh yeah, we're just friends again. We're back being friends, but like, yeah, we're going to have sex with each other. And also, like, I am in love with you. So, like, let's do those things. You know what I mean? And because things are always said, like, relationships are, the foundation is in a good friendship. So, yeah, let's just go back to what we were, which was good friends. And yeah, and they were doing fine. Just like the way they could talk about, like, oh yeah, like, who are you with? Like, oh, I'm with this person, this person. Oh, great. Like, and then be like, oh, this is all we're doing. That was really good too. During the movie, it was like, oh, we're just seeing each other. We're just friends with benefits. And when we decide with each other that there's going to be somebody else, or we want to date with other people, or we can decide, oh, this is over. Like, we can just go do that. We don't have to like, yeah, so I really appreciated that. Anyway, let me know what you think about this movie. I really like it. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. Bye.